They said he was too old, too battle-worn, washed after back-to-back knockouts, and a year out of the game. But in Miami, under the bright lights of UFC 314, Alexander, the Great, Volkanovski silenced the noise, shattered history, and reclaimed his crown, proving once and for all that legends don't fade, they rise. Alexander Volkanovski's victory at UFC 314 wasn't just a win, it was a historic, legacy-defining moment. At 36 years old, he became the oldest fighter to win an undisputed UFC championship in any division from lightweight, 155 pounds, and below. That alone puts him in rare company, but the context makes it even more remarkable. Volkanovski was coming off a tough stretch, 2 consecutive knockout losses at lightweight in 2023, and the end of his dominant featherweight title reign in early 2024. Historically, no fighter had ever returned to win a UFC title after suffering back-to-back losses, and the record for fighters aged 35 and up in lower weight classes was a dismal 3-25. Many critics had already written him off, saying he was past his prime, that the division had moved on, and that a 14-month layoff at his age spelled the end. But Volkanovski didn't just return, he conquered. He proved that age, setbacks, and doubters couldn't define his legacy. His victory over Diego Lopes didn't just earn him the featherweight title again, it solidified his place as one of the greatest fighters in UFC history, redefining what's possible for aging champions in the sport. Volkanovski's win was made even more legendary by the adversity he faced inside the octagon. Midway through the fight, in the 3rd round, he reportedly lost vision in his left eye. Israel Adesanya, who was present at the event, later revealed that Volk was essentially fighting blind on one side for the remainder of the bout. Whether it was due to a punch, swelling, or blood, the vision loss forced Volkanovski to adapt mid-fight against a relentless, younger opponent in Diego Lopes. Despite the setback, Volkanovski didn't fold, he dug deep. In that 3rd round alone, even with impaired sight, he outlanded Lopes 25-9 in significant strikes. And rather than retreat, he actually turned up the pace in the championship rounds, landing more significant strikes in the 4th and 5th than in any previous round. It wasn't just technical skill that carried him through. It was heart, championship mentality, and years of elite fight IQ. He showed what separates the great from the all-time greats, the ability to push through pain, adapt on the fly, and still execute at the highest level. From the opening bell, it was clear this was the Volkanovski fans had missed, sharp, explosive, and relentless. Within the first 3 minutes, he had already rocked Diego Lopes multiple times, setting a tone that reminded everyone why he once ruled the featherweight division for over 1,500 days. Joe Rogan dubbed it Vintage Volkanovski, and rightfully so. He mixed clean striking with well-timed takedowns, brutal ground and pound, and masterful control of range, all hallmarks of his dominant prime. Even after Lopes surged late in the 2nd with a knockdown, and both fighters battled through cuts and swelling, Volkanovski stayed composed. He leaned heavily on his jab, disrupted Lopes' rhythm, and responded to aggression with precision. Despite being pressured for nearly the entire 25 minutes, Volk's veteran savvy shone through, weathering the storm and outclassing the younger, hungrier challenger. He landed 158 significant strikes to Lopes' 63, a testament to both his volume and accuracy. This performance wasn't just about winning a belt, it was a statement that the former king isn't done yet. The doubters had their moment, but Volk had the last word. The featherweight division may have thought it was moving on, but the great just reminded everyone that the throne still fits.